There are a large number of manhwas that are released every month. Some of them have good art and some of them have a good storyline, while only a selected few have both. But we don't really have the time to read them all. However, reading the best ones among them is more than possible. So today I will be recommending you all top 10 manhwa and manhwa you should bookmark right now. So let's start a list.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Coming at number 10, we have Building the Strongest Shaolin Temple in Another World. The main character was an ordinary person who gets reincarnated into the body of a Shaolin monk who was also the master of the Shaolin Temple. Now armed with a cheat system, he must build the greatest Shaolin Temple and make it the strongest among the three martial arts sect. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is decent. The main character is smart and cunning and takes advantage of other people for his own gain. The story is mainly focused on comedy, but there are also quite a few action scenes. However, the side characters are not written that nicely and the story sometimes gets a bit boring. So you can give it a try if you have nothing else to read. Coming at number 9, we have Level Up Doctor. Jeong Hee-jun was an orphan who worked really hard to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. But later he passes away during an unfortunate accident and wakes up in the body of Choi Gi-seok along with a system that allows him to gain cheat-like skills. Now with a second chance at life, he is determined to become the greatest cardiothoracic surgeon. The art of this manhwa is good and its storyline is also pretty decent. The main character is intelligent right from the start and also gets a huge advantage because of his system. He's also very kind and caring and helps the people around him without any conditions attached. The pacing of the story is also good. However, this manhwa might not be for everyone as it contains many medical terms, but if you're fine with that, then this manhwa definitely won't disappoint you. Coming at number 8, we have The Newbie is Too Strong. Jae-ju was a skillful person who grew up without his parents in an orphanage. But one day, after hearing that the orphanage was about to be closed within the next 3 years, he tries to earn money but fails to raise enough funds that were required to support the orphanage. Just when he thought everything was over, Jae-ju gets a video alert on his phone that showed him a video of himself climbing the tower that had appeared out of nowhere several years ago. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is good. The main character learns everything about the tower through the video and starts climbing it without any difficulties. He's also quite smart and uses his brain to deal with any difficult situations. The pacing of the story is also perfect, so make sure to give it a try. Coming at number 7, we have Damn Reincarnation. Hamil was a warrior who traveled with his colleagues to exterminate the demon lords, but unfortunately he dies while protecting his teammate from demons' attack. However, he gets reborn as the descendant of his fellow companion Wormouth 300 years after his death. Now with a chance to live once again, this time he decides to become strong and surpass Wormouth, which he couldn't in his previous life. The art of this manhwa is incredible and its story is also good. The main character is strong from the beginning and becomes even stronger as the story goes on. He's also very likable and doesn't look down on anyone despite being stronger than them. The side characters are also amazing and they use their brain whenever they are in difficult situations. Coming at number 6, we have A Comic Artist's Survival Guide. The main character was a comic artist whose comic was about to be discontinued. But later he gets reincarnated into his own comic book during the final battle between the hero and the Demon King. Just as his life was about to end, the main character receives an opportunity to survive with the condition that he becomes the main character of the comic and recreate the entire comic storyline. The art style of this manhwa is pretty good and its story is also well written. The main character is weak at the start, but he uses his knowledge of the comics and becomes strong quickly. He's also very daring and takes many risks in order to achieve his goals. Coming at number 5, we have Absolute Sword Sense. After being given upon by his family because of his destroyed Danshian, the protagonist So Won-hui was kidnapped by the blood cult and lived his life as a disposable third-rate spy. But one day, he gets killed after finding a legendary sword Immortal's secret records. However, right after his death, he returns to the day he was kidnapped 10 years ago along with a mysterious ability that allowed him to hear the voice of swords. The art of this manhwa is amazing and its story is also pretty good. The main character is weak but smart and uses his past life's knowledge to his advantage. The side characters are also well written and the action scenes are also drawn very nicely. So if you are looking for a manhwa with smart main character, then this one definitely won't disappoint you. Coming at number 4, we have Superhuman Battlefield. Seo Moon-yup was the world's greatest superhuman who had sacrificed his life after saving his comrades and the entire humanity. He was considered dead by everyone, but he returns 17 years later and finds that the superhuman field has become a sport and his country was last place in it. This is the story of how he dominates the sport and takes his country to the top spot once again. The art of this manhwa is amazing and its storyline is also quite unique. The main character is super strong right from the start and defeats high-ranking players with ease. He's also fearless and he doesn't let anyone look down on him. There are also quite a few comedy scenes in this manhwa which makes its story much more entertaining. Coming at number 3, we have Sword Fanatic Wanders Through the Night. Jin So-han was an orphan who was adopted by the mystic Luna dance troupe and spent his childhood with them. But one day he gets kidnapped by one of the 4 great demons, and due to his special body constitution, So-han gets selected as the great demon's disciple. Now, after becoming strong enough, he decides to look for mystic Luna dance troupe only to find out that it has been destroyed by the unorthodox faction. The art of this manhwa is amazing and its story is also quite good. The main character is strong and ruthless and doesn't leave any of his enemies alive. He's also fearless and fights his opponents without giving it a second thought. The side characters are also written nicely and fight scenes are also quite thrilling. So if you are a fan of Murim manhwa, then you should definitely give this one a read. Coming at number 2, we have I Obtained a Mythic Item. After the appearance of the world tree of Norse mythology, Yggdrasil, Earth became a planet that was under constant threat of being attacked by otherworldly demonic creatures. But not all hope was lost, as a few selected people were given a system that gave them superpowers. Min Jae-hyun was one of these people who made the wrong choices in his past but gets extremely lucky after finding the only mythic rank item in the world. The storyline of this manhwa is great and its art style is also quite amazing. The main character is weak at the start, but after his regression, he corrects his mistakes and becomes much stronger than his past self. He's also quite smart and takes full advantage of his knowledge of the future. The side characters are also amazing and they help the main character achieve his goals. Coming at number 1, we have Academy's Undercover Professor. The main character passes away in a traffic accident and gets reborn in a world of magic. After growing up, he becomes a wandering mercenary while looking for an object and somehow becomes a legendary figure of the ongoing civil war. Now, he had to hide his identity, but little did he know that he would become a professor at the best academy of the empire due to getting mistaken for someone else. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is amazing. The main character is strong but hides his power in order to keep his identity a secret. He's also quite smart and manages to fool everyone every single time. The side characters are also great and all of them have a certain amount of depth to them. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.